Minds.
Next, we have Ebony. She is our official content creator. She's absolutely amazing. She's super passionate about what she does. She has some amazing insight on and off camera, and she's going to teach you guys a little bit more about content creation. This is true.
Alright, hey guys, I'm Sturdy TV at Sturdy with an I, S-T-U-R-D-I TV, for those who'd like to know.
Yeah, so if you guys can take out your phones and add her on Instagram, and then feel free
repeat that,
to...
please?
S-T-U-R-D-I-T-V, because it's a TV show.
Yeah, and she's got content of everything, so send her a message, and then she's gonna make a video or two afterwards, and so she'll send it to you guys if that's okay. Can I vouch on your behalf?
Yeah, I
So
got everybody.
hit her up, send her a message, follow her, like all her stuff. Just kidding, but and then she'll send you some video, and you'll probably be in the video because she's like it all over. So she's fucking good at what she does.
Alright, so I got, my name is Ebony Sturdermont. I got Sturdy from, honestly, my mom was a teacher and they ended up calling her Sturdy, but I see why, because last year I was an elementary school teacher teaching environmental science, and I was a media specialist. So I had pre-K 3 through first grade, and so my name quickly began to be Miss Sturdy. So I stuck with it, and it was short because, obviously people have a difficulty pronouncing. So from job to job, 9 to 5, just like pretty much a lot of people, I just wasn't satisfied. Like nothing in it was satisfying. So I left the job. I tried the Marines, didn't like that. I tried tattoo school, didn't like that. I was actually here in New York, Queens, Astoria for that, but it just was not it. And so I just happened to, I didn't know anything about entrepreneurship, and this is why I'm doing this for my community, because I was like doing more in my classes than others, so I know they don't know about this unless I tell them. But it was Ty Lopez. An ad came up on my Instagram. I ended up, obviously watching his YouTube videos, making sure he's okay, legit. And I bought a course. From there, I followed everybody that he had in his course. A lot of people down Ty Lopez, but everybody's in his course. I followed everybody. I ended up following Caleb Maddox. I followed him for a while. Then he posted his content creator, Anthony.Win. And I followed him the very next day. He said, DM me, we're looking for content creators. I did it, we were on the team. I did that for a year. And just being in the group, like-minded people, it just got me like sprung basically. And so now I'm traveling. It's been about like 2 months, and it's lit. So I quit that elementary school job. I love the students. I still love kids. I'll probably end up doing something for them. I love what Caleb Maddox is doing, by the way, Apex for kids. But it's just, I quit it. I finished the year. I wouldn't do that to the kids, but they thought I was coming back, and I said, no, I'm not coming back. And so when you got Blue Shirt, you asked about the 9 to 5 thing. I just quit. I was like, no, I'm not doing this, because I had crying days. I'm like, I do not want to go to work. I did not like the back end. My support system was not great, and I did not want to stand for it. And I knew I was worth more, so that's why I ended up. So now I'm doing this content creation, and so I'm traveling, I'm getting all these clients. I didn't have confidence at first. I'm building a confidence. Daniel G. You'll be able to find him if you type that in Instagram. He really motivated me when it came to building confidence and being able to use a price that normal people wouldn't want to pay or whatever, or wouldn't want to put out there for someone else to be paying. So I'm getting all these clients, doing the videos. Now everybody wants revisions. I'm like, whoa. what in the world? And so they all want them the next day, and I'm like, how am I gonna do that? So I build a team, and they're like, you know, regular people, I you know, like I was saying, like, I know my community doesn't know about this much, so I go to them. I'm like, yo, I want to give you a chance. I feel like a freaking parent, so I can't do that. Last Friday, I just cut it out, and now I'm gonna like outsource from other places, right? So basically, what I have been doing for other people is content creation, and it's just posting on their Instagram. It's anything you do, like literally, whatever you do in your life. Now, some of us obviously do bad things, right?
No, definitely not. Just kidding.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So like,
Such an angel.
so like,
Nice trying to guy.
so like the thing Gary Vee says is the documentation. It's true. Like he lives the lifestyle, so he has that content.
Yeah.
If you don't live the lifestyle, what are you going to record?
Yeah. It's all about
Right?
footage.
Right?
It's all about
So-
footage. And,
Go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say, and
Yeah.
what do you think?
This
Like,
is
how
where-
can they create footage? Like, what
Yeah,
can they
like,
do
so it's
today
like-
to get more footage for their?
It's like from
brand?
breakfast to brushing your teeth, or well, brushing your teeth to breakfast, however you do it, to that meeting or that phone call you do, the meditation, maybe you don't eat breakfast, so tell the world. Maybe you do eat breakfast and tell the world why you do eat breakfast. Maybe you're a freaking chef, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you make full course meals. Put that on Instagram. Like, you have hidden talent. Some of you play the violin, or some of you hike, or freaking drift in cars and by train. When I have conversations with people, they're like, yeah, I do this, but I don't know what to put on Instagram. I'm like, just put on Instagram what you just told me 5 seconds ago. What are you talking about? I didn't know anything about that. Didn't you see my eyes glued to you? You know that's interesting, right? You notice, like, when you're networking, who's interested and who's not. Everybody's not going to be interested, okay? Like, we know that. So, like, put anything out there.
Yeah, and the other thing that I think is really important with that is make sure you connect with the most successful people in the room and take pictures with them. And because Instagram is, and I'm very passionate about Instagram growth as well, Instagram is about who you're seen with. And one of the most important things with building your brand is positioning and building authority, and how you create that is being seen with the right people. And when you go to events, don't take pictures with them on the branded background and wall, because that just says to your followers, oh, this person had to take a picture with me. But if you create a picture with them where you're like, you know what I mean, like selfies and like lean in with the body language, like you see how my arms, like we look like homies, you know? So that's gonna tell your Instagram followers, like, oh, they're actually friends, like they actually build a relationship instead of standing here, like, yeah, let's take a picture. Okay, smile. You know, it looks like we don't know each other, we don't have rapport, you just had to take a photo with me. So when you go to events, seek out the most important people in the room and be like, hey, can we grab a photo? Don't be scared to ask that, because you might feel silly in that exact moment, but the social proof that you're building online is gonna last you your lifetime. Because your reputation stays with you. And so make sure you guys seek out the content you want to create and create footage, like absolutely anything. Like, I'll be very transparent. I do speaking gigs across North America almost weekly at this point. I've spoken at 2 events. I was supposed to speak at 3 in the last 72 hours. And the reason why I always get speaking gigs is because I brand myself as a speaker on social media. So all my content, when you guys add me on social media, let's be friends, you'll see in my stories the behind the scenes, it's all speaking gigs. I do like daily podcasts. I think I did 4 or 5 podcasts last week. I'm always branding myself as a speaker, so that I have all the organizers of Driven and Relentless. I've helped a lot of them from a back-end standpoint. I help organize events as well and create content. But I have all of the organizers of these massive events, and they're the ones that need to see me as a speaker for me to land these gigs. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, do you plan events? Like, not many people in here plan events. You're not my target demographic to get more speaking gigs. My target demographic is event coordinators and people that own podcasts. I have them all on my social media. Now I have to give them what they need, which is knowing that I'm a speaker. So I'm just creating content all day long. Footage. Small podcasts I go on as well. I go on like everything. Even if it's a small podcast, what I say is, yeah, let's do 10, 20 minutes. Because all I'm gonna do from that podcast, even though I know I'm not gonna get tons of people from that podcast, but that small podcast, I don't do this as much anymore, but I'm trying to help give practical advice for where everyone's at. Even that small podcast is when I post online, I'm doing a podcast with Millionaire Mindset. Today's Tune In. I'm just branding myself as a speaker. I'm branding myself as a speaker for all the podcast hosts, all the event hosts, and anyone that knows somebody. And then what I do in my story as well, and you guys should do this, is, hey, if you know anyone that needs a speaker, let me know. These are the things I speak on. And then you build your signature talk. But again, like you said, everything's about footage. Create that content, hire videographers, invest, like you guys said, pay to play. You want to build your brand, invest in it. Hire videographers, hire photographers, get that content and start branding yourself.
I just want to quickly go on, Instagram at Paul, just Paul. This is like exactly what Brittany's talking about. And this is something you guys can implement like right away with us. Just Paul.
Yeah, right there.
Just look at his highlights right now. Dr. Alex, whatever his last name is, Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone, click on them. Right, this is who he's associated with now.
I've spent more than $1 billion in online marketing, and the key to being a successful
So yeah, so Paul brands himself as somebody that is connected with all of these people, and he does all of their stuff. I did an event with Paul 3 weeks ago at Ty Lopez's place. That was epic. That was super cool. And the reason why our event was so successful is because we brand ourselves, because we have powerful personal brands online. So when we put out to our community, guys, we're doing a mastermind we had people with like millions of followers. We had like princes there, we had multi-millions. I think we had a billionaire there. It was an absolutely phenomenal event. It was packed, it was absolutely amazing. All because we built our personal brand. So it's a very powerful tool to be able to leverage.
I have a question. So in my line of work, it's kind of confidential. So for example, people come to me with really personal issues, like for example, hypnosis. And so I can't be like, I wouldn't, through integrity, I wouldn't be like, oh, can you do a testimonial for like drinking or for like something like that, that's personal. So in that case, what would...
I do a testimony. I think a lot of people would give you a testimony. I think that you have a filter that they wouldn't want to. Just ask them. Some people aren't going to want to. It's going to be too personal. But you have to ask every single person.
Wait, but you should also like straight off the bat just put your face out there and start talking about like the things you know. For example, I was learning off you at NetCon so much about psychology, right? There's people out there who want to learn the art of influence, want to learn persuasion, and all you have to do is talk about it. You need to include other people. Like when I have like students that I work with and help them succeed, I just isolate the common elements of why they succeeded. I don't have to like always provide case studies.
Yeah. But just ask every single person. Because I used to think that too. I'm like, oh, I'm a coach. Who would want to admit? I'm a consultant. Who would want to admit that I'm the mastermind behind their massive brand? But that was just a fear. And then I started asking every single person, and one of the reasons why I'm able to get clients to an extent where I have like too many clients right now where I'm moving more into group coaching is because of testimonials. Because people are getting results and I showcase that, because people don't always believe what you say, but they'll believe it when somebody else says it. Like how powerful was it when these guys were like, we hired Brittany and she 10x'd our business. I could sit up here and tell you guys, but when they're actually going to tell you, it's way more powerful. So leverage testimonials. I hope that is a powerful example of how powerful testimonials are. So use those in your business. Ask every single person. I hope that there's one takeaway from this is that ask every single person for a testimonial, and you will get testimonials, but you have to ask for them. And people just don't. They forget, they're scared, they just don't ask them. You have to ask for testimonials.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to add that, like, when you're asking for it too, just don't make it about you. I mean, the whole point you're doing it is to help these people, right? So when you're talking about it, like, if I can help you, is it possible I can share your story so that maybe I can help somebody else in the future, or somebody sees your story and, they get moved by it. That might help ease that little awkward phase.
Awesome. So Ebony's going to wrap it up, and then we're going to go to our next speaker, and yeah.
Yeah, so now that you guys know a little bit about me, I just want to go down like my content path. So like when Vine was out, like just being on that app, like you learn. It's practice. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Practice, 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 practice. Perfect, right? Like church. Praise, praise, praise. Word, right? Like what's another one? Warm up, lesson, right? So it's like you have to get in these apps. Like you guys, like ask yourself the question that you're asking me. Like, what does it take to you have to get in front of the camera, do it over and over again. Like I was with Brittany yesterday. Like I had all this gear. I'm in New York City and I'm not doing anything with it. Like with me, you know what I mean? She's like, "What are you doing? Get some content." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." You know, like we're like so busy, like moving, doing our own thing.
You don't want to
like,
do content.
Yeah, just
it's uncomfortable.
hop into it.
You have to do it. You have to train yourself to create content
Yeah.
every single day. Every single day, you guys should be creating videos, practicing, rehearsing, and then soon it's just gonna become second nature and practice. But like you said, like yesterday, you're used to being behind the camera, not in front of it, and it's just forcing yourself to get in front of the camera and hold yourself accountable to create content.
Right. And one more thing, like it doesn't matter how you post on Instagram. Like I mean, obviously do it in a professional way. You have to stand out a tad bit. Like be creative. Everyone's creative. I'm not able to talk about this right now, but if you just continue watching my Instagram, you'll see me talk about this more. But everyone has that creative juice. But it doesn't matter if you build your empire, posting that like structured content, like precise, you know what I mean? Or Gary Vee, right? He posts just like, you're like, okay, which one am I gonna pick on? You know, it doesn't matter. As long as you're talking that good stuff, people are gonna listen. All right, that's it.
I love it.